my name is Wayne and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk about a true story. This happened to me, and we're going to talk about my check engine light coming on. I was on the Cross Island Parkway, headed towards the Bronx, getting ready to take the Throggneck Bridge, and all of a sudden my engine had like a loss of power. Check engine light came on, it was flashing, and then it came to a steady flash, and all of a sudden it just stayed on continuously. So I had a guess what was happening with my car, and my best guess was the cylinder wasn't firing. So back in the old days when they had the carburetors before fuel injection, they said that if a V8 engine, one of the cylinders wasn't firing, you won't be able to feel it. I don't know how true that is, but in today, 2023, you feel it. If one cylinder is not firing, you'll definitely feel it. The first time this happened to me was on my 2000 E320 4MATIC, and one of the cylinder wasn't firing, and sure enough, it was the coil pack. So fast forwarded to this 2018 Mercedes Benz S560. I'm on the highway, loss of power. I step on the gas. The car is like almost struggling, and reduced the speed from 55, and I went down to like maybe 35, 40. Almost like I was like in limp mode. So I visited my mom, drove back. When I started the car to come back later on that night, the engine was running fine, but I knew that one of the cylinders, something was going on. So I came back, and I'm gonna go ahead and switch views, and I'm gonna tell you one of the things, or actually two things that you definitely need in your car at all times. I'm gonna go ahead and start the engine, and we'll see what's going on. All right, so right now our car's off. I'm gonna go ahead and start the engine, and we'll wait. And as you can see, there's a few things going on with the car. I drove the car initially, so that's why you see the tire pressure. And the tire pressure symbol is on the left, and it's this little symbol right here. If you do get your manual for whatever year car you have, I urge you to study the different symbols to see what's going on. You don't have to drive to a dealership to know what symbol is what. And so that's a tire pressure symbol. And as you can see, let me go in the different tire pressure on each wheel. So I'm gonna go ahead to the back right, put some air in it, also to the back left, and I'm gonna make it the same pressure as the two front tires, and then we're gonna basically save that as a default, and you're gonna notice that tire symbol will come off. And you notice the check engine light is flashing, and it's gonna eventually be a steady light. But in order to see what's really going on with your car, and I tell a lot of people, get a scanner. I get a lot of questions on this channel, Wayne, my ambient light or this or that or this or that, and I ultimately tell them, I said, I'm gonna guess, but you definitely need a scanner. And let me just show you the scanner that I have. This is Microsoft. It's not gonna break the bank. It just basically reads the code. And one of the other things that you definitely need is a battery booster, and it also has a how do you say, air pressure, where you can put air in your tire. You don't have to go to the gas station and fill it up. So it comes in pretty handy. This is in my trunk at all times. This is in my trunk at all times. Of course, I'm gonna upgrade to a newer and better scanner, but this is all I need just to read the codes and see what's going on with the car. So let's go ahead, and I'm gonna go ahead and leave the car running, and I'm gonna actually go back and start putting air in the tire and match it to the front, tire pressure. I'm gonna go ahead, wind down the window, and let me go back there and get started. I'm gonna check the pressure. So the pressure is, all right, so there we go. We're gonna stop there. So this is all done. Let's put this back in our trunk. All right, so let's close our trunk. Let's go back in. I'm gonna show you a way to make everything the default. So we can come over here. Matter of fact, let's see if I can do it here. No, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna hit the home button to go back and go down to tires. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna push in. And you see we're 37, 37, 39, 38. Let's go ahead and let's see if we can, what I did just now, I pushed down this way. And that's the menu that I got. Use current pressure as new reference value. You want to hit OK to confirm. And now look on the left hand side, the tire symbol magically disappeared. Because I told the computer that 37 on the left, 37 on the front right, 39 on the rear left, and 38 on the rear right. That's what I want to accept as the default. So now I can come out. What we're going to do, we're going to hook up a scanner to the car. We're going to actually go into diagnostic, run a quick test. Ignition is on. So F1 is okay. And it's going to go through the various modules that's on the car. The engine control module, that's where we're going to go into to see for the check engine, what's going on with the engine. At the dealership, you will get charged. This is what you call a diagnostic fee. They will charge you for this, so be expected to pay a lot more than if you did it yourself. All right, so right now it's finished. What we're gonna do, we're gonna go into the engine control module. We're gonna hit enter. We're gonna go down and we're gonna read the code. And it says combustion misfire has been detected. The maximum symbol is greater than maximum. You can go ahead, hit enter. Let's go to page 2. So it says combustion misfiring on cylinder number 7 has been detected. So more than likely, if I was to take a good guess at that, I would say it's the module, the coil pack. Coil pack that's not working properly. And so for this car, I took the liberty to order a coil pack. Now the reason why I ordered, because I called 3 Mercedes dealership parts department and I said, Mr. Wayne, the parts are on back order from Germany, and the cars that are in their shop, those are the first one that'll get it, but they don't have any ETA when they're going to get any available. So what do you do at that point? If this is your only car and you got to get to work, do you take an Uber? Do you take a Lyft? Do you take a taxi to work? How do you get around? You can still drive the car, but I wouldn't do highway speed. I would do local roads only. And if there's local roads to your job, then go ahead, you can go and do that. But don't drive anywhere highway speed. For me, I did 30, doing grocery shopping and stuff like that, stay on the local roads. And of course, I took the liberty to order the coil pack. The part number for the coil pack is A1779060206. Let's go ahead and open it up and see what it actually looks like. All right, this is what the coil pack actually looks like. Let's take it out. Okay, so this is what it actually looks like. So this is a 1 coil pack for 2 spark plug. So if number 7 cylinder misfires, you got to replace the whole spark plug. I mean the whole coil pack, which, brilliant. Brilliant. But when I had my 2000 E320 and 1 coil pack was bad, I only had to replace 1 coil pack. On this V8, I guess they're doing it for space. But if your number 8 cylinder is fine, but your number 7 cylinder is not firing, then you're gonna replace the whole thing. So, and this will actually, these little rubber things will actually go down to the spark plug themselves. This is the electrical connector, which is probably going to the computer, and computer saying, hey, you're gonna replace me, I'm bad. So these are the 3 bolts that you're gonna be loosening and actually pulling this out. So this is it. This is what now, here's another thing. Mercedes Benz sell this for 200 and change. On the internet, this goes for 400. So clearly they're taking advantage of the system. So what do? Do you wait for the part to come to the dealership, or do you suck it up and get on the internet and you got your car to drive and it's your only car? What do you do? Or if you do have a second car, you leave this in the garage and you wait for that part to come into the dealership. But it's up to you. You're the captain of your ship and you do what's right. So let's go ahead and just put this on the side. I'm gonna go ahead and remove the cover. And we definitely gotta remove this, so we'll go ahead and take this off. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and remove that. You can use a screwdriver, or I like using sockets a little bit faster. All right, loosen that out. Alright, so we can go ahead, we're gonna take this piece off when I have my hand, because there's an electrical connector in the back which you have to disconnect. So go ahead and disconnect that. This is the electrical cable that we're gonna actually go ahead and use two hands and take that out. Alright, this electrical connector, you're gonna push it, clip this out. This comes out like that. This actually pushes down. So what you want to do, you want to pull this all the way back and at the same time remove that. That goes there. We gotta move this out of the way. Remember, this engine is hot. Put that over there. Go ahead, we're gonna lift this entire air filter out of the way. Now we have access to the coil pack, which is right there. So this is, look how I'm actually holding it. Move that out of the way. All right, so this is the actual coil pack. And there go the 3 bolts that is holding them down, and it's torqued at 15 Newton meter. Take a look at this. All right, the tool that you're going to need for this is a E12, actually a E11. Just actually go here, just to make sure that it fit. Come over here. This will actually come here. And you do the same for over there as well. This connector will actually come off. And let's just look at the orientation. So this will actually go down like that. So just like that. What we're looking at right now is the fuel line with the T27 hex screw with the AMG sticker on it. That's the last thing you have to do to get the coil pack out. That's basically blocking the coil pack from coming out. It's a funny thing, the manual, the electronic manual didn't say anything about removing the fuel line, but you have to think outside of the box, you have to think on your feet, and this is one of the things that you have to do when you're working on the car. Where I pointed my finger at is the two you can use an open wrench, or you can use an adjustable wrench to loosen out those two bolts there. And you want to take your time, because once you do one at a time, and when you loosen it, fuel is going to actually come out. Don't panic, that's normal. The fuel is under pressure because you have the fuel pump pumped into the engine. Right now, we're looking at the spark plug that's in the block, and you will do yourself an unjust service if you don't check the spark plug. Spark plug number 8 is good, but spark plug number 7, I'm going to show you in a minute, it's not that great. So basically, if you're going to do all this work, go ahead and go the extra mile, take out the spark plug, check it, make sure that they're good, and we're going to see in a minute what the spark plug actually looks like. So this is the fuel line I'm holding up in my hand. It's held down by a clamp, and that clamp I'm holding the black, and that's where you need a T27 hex to loosen it. Once you loosen up the two bolts, everything comes off and you're good to go. And right now we're looking in the cylinder block. This is spark plug number 7. Horrible. Alright, so the next best spark plug to get, if you're not at a Mercedes dealership, or dealership in my case going to close within an hour and I'll never make it, the next best manufacturer is Bosch spark plug. So let's go ahead and take it out and just match the two spark plugs together. Alright, so these two are identical. Alright, let's go back to work. Putting everything back together. Remember, to loosen out this bolt, you can either use an adjustable wrench or you can use an open wrench to loosen this out. The same thing for this bolt that I have right in front of me. What's the number of this? This is there's a rubber thing that covers the fuel line. This is a T27 hex that you need to loosen, and it's held down by this clamp. And remember, it's blocking the coil pack. Right, this electrical thing right here basically just slides in if you need to remove it. All right, that goes down like that. This rubber piece here covers the fuel line. This goes to the air filter housing, so we can leave this out over here. All right, everything looks nice and pretty. There go the air filter housing, and we're gonna put it back. The air filter housing sits on this, also sits on this guy right here. Put everything back. We'll move this out of the way. Make sure we put the duct where it's supposed to go. That goes in there like that. That goes in there. We're gonna tighten up that. This goes down. We'll take the electrical connector. Let me see if I can do it with two hands and push it down. Take the electrical connector, do everything back in reverse. This comes here, this comes over here, this comes in like this. Push this in all the way, it snaps in, we push that in. That's good. The last thing we'll tighten up is Alright, that's nice and tight. Everything looks pretty, everything's back in place. Last thing we're going to put back is the cover. Alright, we're going to snap everything back in place. Last but not least, we're going to put this back. And this slides into here just like that. Alright. Alright, the very last thing you got to do after you change the part is to clear the code. Go into the diagnostic, select Benz, the version number, It's gonna do the VIN identity. We're gonna go into the control unit, so we don't have to do the auto scan because we already know what the problem is. Engine is already running. We're gonna go to the engine control unit, hit enter, go down, and we're gonna go down to clear fault memory. After we clear the code for the car, we go ahead, we're gonna shut the car off, plug the scanner out of the car, start it back up. The check engine light should be gone, and I'm good to go. Look at my dashboard, it's nice and clear. No longer you have the check engine light, no longer you have the tie symbol, and this is basically what you want. So some of you, if you don't feel like doing the job yourself, you have several options. Take it to the dealership. You're gonna pay an arm and a leg. If you have a friend or a personal mechanic you could take it to. This is a break fix, which means you take the part off, you put it back on, no special computer needed. All you need is a scanner that can reset the code. I show you the scanner that I have was Microsoft. That was it. But if you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, and share, and I'll talk to you soon.